Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our first assignment over here, our first long-term assignment is we're going to be trying to draw this bottle exactly the same on our piece of paper by using all the same proportions. Now, you could go onto your piece of paper and then just sketch out something that looks like a bottle on it, and we'd be done. But my goal is not to just get a drawing of the bottle. My goal is to teach you guys how to look for the proportions of this bottle and translate that to a piece of paper. So what we're going to do is you can work on whatever paper works for you as far as whatever you have. Ideally, I would prefer that you use computer paper or some sort of paper that doesn't have lines on it. But if you have to use notebook paper, that's fine also. We're going to draw on regular pencil, and what I would tell you to do is to have an extra pencil out so that you could use that to measure. So I'm using a mechanical pencil. I also have another random pencil. It doesn't need to be sharpened, and I'm going to use this pencil to help me measure the proportions. Now, how we're going to do that, I'm just going to show you on this piece of paper so you're going to actually see how my hand does this. But when I have this picture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to take my pencil and line it up to the edge of the picture. So you can see the eraser over here, or whatever end I have. If you have it unsharpened, you could use the other end too. It really doesn't matter. But I'm going to hold one end up to the edge of my photo. On the other side, I'm going to move my fingertips to the opposite edge. So right now, I've used that pencil to measure the width of my bottle. I'm going to take that exactly the way I have it, and I'm going to bring that to my blank piece of paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark off those two spots. So that measurement that I just took is the width of the bottle. I'm going to mark it off on one part of the paper. I'm going to move my hand up without changing my fingers, and I'm going to mark it again. And I'm going to connect the dots to make two parallel lines. And no matter how you place it on your paper, you should have parallel lines. Now, I'm not asking you to use a ruler, and I'm not using a ruler either. So what you see on your paper should look exactly like mine. Now, you might be asking, well, Mr. B, we don't have a printout like that. What I'm expecting you to do is literally take your pencil and put it right up against your computer screen. You're going to put your picture on your computer screen, and you're going to hold your pencil and your hand up to your computer screen. You're going to put one side of your pencil on the furthest edge of the bottle, and then you're going to put your fingertips on the opposite edge. You're going to take that measurement and bring it to a piece of paper and mark it down. So you're going to actually use the photograph on your screen, and you're going to use the measurements that you get on your screen. Your drawing is not going to be that big, so don't worry however it is, but you should make the picture on your screen as big as you can. You should also make it so that you can see the whole picture top to bottom. And again, I'm going to do it over here for you. You hold your fingers up to the screen as if this is on the computer screen. You put your pencil on one end, put your fingertips on the other, and then you take that measurement, you mark it 2 times on your piece of paper and make 2 parallel lines. Everything we do is going to be done by hand. So we're not going to use a ruler anywhere to try to make straight lines. We're going to try to make these lines as straight as we can on our own. I've been doing this a long time, and you can see that my lines aren't completely straight anyway. That's fine. But if they look really crooked, your job is to get back in there, erase them, and straighten them out. So if everything looks very slanted, fix it. And as you can see how I'm drawing, I'm not going by doing like one long straight line like this. You can see how wavy it gets. I'm doing this light sketchy line that's sort of broken, that I'm doing just a little bit at a time and try to keep it straight as I'm going. So all I'm looking for right now is 2 parallel lines, and I'm going to measure on the actual computer screen how wide apart they should be. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my picture. I'm going to use my pencil to measure it this way. And this time I'm going to put my pencil at the very top of the picture so it lines up with the top part of the cap. And I'm going to put my fingertips down here on the bottom so that I can indicate where that's going to be. I'm going to take that measurement, which is the height, and I'm going to bring it to my paper, and I'm going to mark it off at the top and at the bottom. And then by hand, I'm going to finish off making that rectangle. I know in the picture I put a lot more lines on there. I put a lot of different markings. You can see the shape of the bottle. But all I want you to do right now is I want you to draw a rectangle that is the same proportions as the bottle that's in the photograph that I gave you. You're going to use the bottle picture on your screen, and you're going to literally hold your pencil up to the screen to measure it. Whatever size you draw it on your paper, it'll be the same exact size as it is on your computer screen. And all I'm asking you to do right now is to draw a rectangle. Again, measuring it just the way I showed you. Once you're done with this rectangle, you can neaten it up the best you can, and then you're just going to take a photograph of it with your phone, and just like we did the hand yesterday, we're going to submit that for the new assignment. That new assignment is going to be posted as soon as I'm done with this video, and that's all we're doing today. I'm going to give you the remainder of the time in class to do this and submit it. Tomorrow I'm going to go over the next steps. And even though you might be able to guess your way through this, I really want to do it step by step for you on the first one so that everybody knows the way I'm working and how I want you to measure things.